everybody. Unfortunately, not the best news to talk about on Friday night, but nonetheless we have to talk about it, and that is Max Pacioretty tore his Achilles again. So let's talk about it. And this injury occurred last night against the Minnesota Wild. It was a non-contact injury, and this is really going to be problematic for a variety of reasons. The first one being that now this is the second time in I believe in 5 months that Max has torn the same Achilles, and that also means that he is likely, in all likelihood I should say, done for the year. What does this mean for Carolina? Well, the Hurricanes traded for Max from the Vegas Golden Knights, who were trying to make a cap dump at the time and really felt like he could be part of this missing piece for the puzzle to get through the playoffs and get that deep run that Carolina's been looking for since their conference final run from a few seasons ago. Now, Carolina knew, that he wasn't going to be ready to go right off the bat, that he wouldn't be able to play opening night or anything like that, but they were hoping that when they acquired him from the Golden Knights, maybe he could come in and then they would be part of a late surge in the regular season and then get that momentum just right before the start of the playoffs. However, like I said before, with them hoping for the best from him, you also knew that this could be a problem with that injury. He is a little bit older. Those are some things that were kind of concerning, but you also were the fact that he is an underrated goal scorer. I mean, this is a guy that has got, I think, 6 seasons with at least 30 goals in a campaign. I think his career high might have been 39. Don't remember, don't quote me on that. But this is a guy, again, like I said, maybe isn't the biggest name player in the league by any means, but a player that you look back on and say, we should really appreciate what we got with him as fans. And I think that he is a guy that really is better than a lot of people remember in recent years. Yeah, maybe he hasn't had a 30-goal season since the 2019-20 stretch, but he's a very good player. And the biggest thing holding him back at the time, or in recent years, I think, has been injuries. Being able to be out on the ice and be healthy. When he's been out on the ice, he has been able to average a well above 30-goal pace for a season, but it's really been trying to stay out on the ice, which is a problem for any player, nonetheless, in a physical league, in a physical game that we as fans enjoy. But of course, it is a bigger problem for a guy that is in his mid-30s. And for him, it could be an issue because he is a player known for his ability to help on the rush, to really get those quality chances for his team to push the puck up the ice and kind of form that exciting play. He's a guy, of course, too, that is a proven goal scorer, but not in the way where it's like, oh, I'm going to shoot the puck a lot and have a 6.5 shooting percentage for the year. No, this is a guy that if he has below double-digit shooting percentage on the season, that's weird. And in recent years, it feels like if it's below like 15%, that seems crazy. And this is tough. It's tough for him. And the Canes will be without the guy that has scored 3 goals for them in 5 games played. But he really had 3 goals in the past 2 games. 3 goals in the past 3 games, but they came in a 2-game span. But yeah, he is coming off an Achilles injury and unfortunately has to deal with another one. So who knows exactly what he's going to provide if he comes back from this. Will this affect the Carolina Hurricanes come playoff time? It is really tough to say. Carolina is one of those teams that is built pretty well, and you like a lot of aspects about their roster, and this is a fun franchise. It's really turned it around compared to what they had going for them, 5-10 years ago. But this is at the same time a club that really hasn't been able to make much noise on a yearly basis in the postseason. This is a club that is looking to break down the door, not only to get back to the Eastern Conference Final, but to go to the Stanley Cup Final and maybe just win the thing. You know what I'm saying? For the first time since 2006. Losing Max does hurt, and I'm going to say that right now. Yeah, he might have been rusty coming into this, but if he was able to work off that rust, which you could argue might not even have been there, then you're looking at them having just another piece to try to dethrone teams like the Tampa Bay Lightning, Toronto Maple Leafs, Boston Bruins. This is just a big blow for them. However, what I will say for Carolina is that they're still in a great spot. I believe they're first in the division right now in the Metro and have been humming most of the year. Yeah, they're probably not going to catch up to the Bruins, as the top seed or anything like that, but they're going to be a good team, a team that finishes probably top 5 in the league, and they're also going to be a team that is going to have home ice advantage over a lot of other teams in the playoffs, and they're going to be a team that's young-ish in some areas, as well as a team that has playoff experience. So this is not to say that because they lost Max Pacioretty, that they're just done for. You know, there is no ring season allowed and that you just have to fold in the towel. No, there's still a good chance for them to possibly go on that run and to win that Stanley Cup that they've really been hunting for since they've been able to turn this thing around lately. Now, as for Max, you really hate to see a player injured. Any player, you know, I'd say that just stinks, but a guy like Max that's a little bit older and dealing with the same injury in less than 6 months in a very close time span, I hate it. And I hate it for him. I hate it for the fan base for the Hurricanes. I hate it for anybody that's a fan of Max. I hate it for people that watch him that are fans of the league. But I am hoping for a speedy recovery for him. And I have to say this, I also am aware that this could be the end of his career. Do I think it's going to happen? I can't say, you know, considering that he is still a guy that I do feel like is a quality offensive player that's able to, you know, be an elite finisher and to be able to help out his team in the ways that we've talked about. I think that he still could be that guy, but I also am aware of the fact that he's 34 right now. He's going to be 35 probably before he steps out on the ice again for a regular season game, and has dealt with quite a bit of injuries in recent years. He's not a guy that's going to suit up for 82 games for you. If you're able to get 65 games out of him, 70 games, that would be great, but you're probably not expecting that at this point. So it kind of comes down to, A, does he still feel like he wants to play? B, does he think he can still play? And then C, if it's Carolina or somebody else, do they want to take a gamble on him? What kind of gamble would that be for a guy that's been dealing with a lot of injuries, that has played a lot of games, and unfortunately, you know, might be towards the end of his career? I don't know, but we will have to see. What are your thoughts on this? Of course, you know, leave your thoughts and comments down below. You know, anything that's positive for Max, I'd love to hear it. But you also think this could be the end of his career? I would be interested to hear your takes on that as well. Everybody, please make sure to subscribe if you're new for more hockey information like this. Everybody, please stay safe. Have a great night, and you go love hockey, all right? Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes. This is your captain signing off. Have a great night.